Greetings, my dear friends. Welcome back. Congratulations on new fantasy season. We all been waiting this for quite some time, and finally it's here. So, is everyone so excited as me? Hope so. Okay, let's just jump straight into it. And as always, uh, let's have some predictions, the ideas. Maybe we're getting somewhere with some of my thoughts, and probably it's the best to start with the easiest thing, and heroic against EG, with the EG sending the second team and kind of giving up on Blast. Technically, they should be like a free W for whoever's gonna face them. So for heroic, the first game most likely is gonna be a 2-0 W. Um, do I believe that EG can actually win a map? Uh, not really. Can they make the map competitive? Probably yes. Um, so for me, it's gonna be easy to over heroic, and I'm not even sure that EG gonna get into double digits on any of the maps. And yeah, that's the LAN event, and for these EG players, it's gonna be a new thing. It's gonna be the first time they're probably gonna face like tier one teams uh, on such a stage, even though they were playing some of the RMRs and so on, but they were playing in NA, so there aren't that many great teams to face, right? So for heroic should be easy W. Now the interesting part: Vitality against Astralis. Astralis with device, first event back on LAN, also with a Buzz uh, debut. Let's be honest, it's probably going to be interesting. With the Zip having such a decent rating, thanks to past couple of months, it's going to be quite interesting. On the other side, we have Vitality and potentially the top one, Zaivu. Um, Perhaps Magisk and Dupree gonna have some, I don't know, business to do with the facing Astralis again. Thinks trying to improve his horrific ratings and Apex. Let's see if he actually had enough rest to stop molding during the games. So this is going to be quite interesting. And if we for the map pool right now, then most likely what we're going to see. Probably a map where BlameF and Device can both play carry positions. And what map is that? There's no other map that suits them more than the Overpass at the moment. Um, on the other side, I'm not going to be surprised if Astral is going to try and go for something like Anubis to kind of surprise them. Because on the record, Vitality played against G2 and they lost in the Blast finals, which obviously means that they had a look at the map, but it wasn't enough. And I saw Device playing a lot of Anubis on his streams. Like he was playing Face It a lot on the map, so he has the kind of feel. Right, Glaive is smart enough to actually get some decent tactics, and BlameF is just he's insane at the moment. Buzz, we have no idea what he's been doing during the festive time, because it's obvious that players that have family, they most likely spend time with the family, but youngsters, what were they doing? Most likely they were grinding. So Boss probably was grinding. Vitality probably had some time off. And with all this together, it kind of comes to 50-50 who's going to win. And I don't know. For me, it looks like Astralis might have a decent shot at this. So if this is 50-50, then for me it's 51% for Astralis to win. And it's Blast, right? They call Blastralis for a reason, right? So that's my opinion. Kind of first game, right? Then let's try and have a look on heroic against Astralis in a upper final. Mhm. Damn, this is gonna be interesting. However, um, here is the problem for heroic, right? Most likely they're gonna have easy game against EG, and will they be able to kind of uh, get all that together and like play on top level against Astralis if they go through? After the first game that was so easy, that's a tough question. But the motivation can be over the top, and for a player like Buzz, it might be kind of interesting. He might kind of disappear, but I only expect Device to be kind of the man that's there, that's gonna kind of back everyone up, and he's gonna be the backbone of this lineup, right? He's gonna be the one that's gonna be doing all the stuff that he was doing before, but this time he has Blame F that most likely gonna go for like multi kills, like 2 out of 5 rounds, maybe 3 out of 5 rounds. So it's gonna be easier job for Device anyway. And yeah, with such a duo, I believe that Astralis have a really good shot to actually take this to group final. Obviously, Vitality against EG, I don't expect anything from EG, so it's going to be easy W for Vitality. And then it's going to be Vitality against Heroic in a consolidation final. Um, and here's the thing. Heroic are really great when they prepared. Vitality are slightly better on the go because in a puggy style they have some advantage over the heroic, right? And I believe, unfortunately for heroic, this might be the day where they actually finish third in the group. It's gonna be very very tough, but for me, it's gonna be the third position for them in the group. And then we're gonna have a rematch Vitality against Astralis, and over here again, um, everything is the same, right? And even though that I'm saying that most likely Astral is gonna win like the first game, it can be completely the other way around, right? Vitality can win the first game and exactly everything gonna happen the same way, but it's gonna be Astrology going for the consolidation final to the group final again. So I'm kind of convinced that we're gonna have a rematch Vitality against Astralis in a group final, in which I still gonna give a slight edge to Astralis. I don't know. I just have that feeling that Astralis is gonna be ready for this event, and it's Copenhagen. Come on, like even heroic though, they will be ready. So the group A, in my opinion, is gonna be really really interesting. I might be completely wrong, but I believe that it's gonna be Vitality finishing second, Astralis taking the first spot, heroic third, and EG. Thank you for the attendance. Now the group B. Oh, Group B is kind of interesting for multiple reasons. First one is that FaZe most likely gonna play without Rain, but there are some rumors that he still might play, which kind of weird. And on the other side, we have Twist that's been insane lately, uh, throwing everyone. Mm, Brokey, haven't really seen much from Brokey. Kerrigan, all the same. Robs, interesting as well. So, mm, against complexity, we don't really know what complexity we're doing on a break. Were they grinding? What what was happening with them? And on the other side of the face, uh, we already seen that they've been struggling against these kind of teams even before the break. After the break, there are two scenarios. They either had some rest and they're gonna take these type of games easy and just play on the individual skill, which obviously should be enough to beat any of these teams, or the struggle gonna continue and these type of teams will potentially bring a lot of troubles. Uh, for complexity, if they were preparing, if they were doing some work, then this might be the time when where they actually can kind of get a W. I know from face fan it sounds kind of surreal, but I'm a realistic face fan, right? I understand that if Rain isn't playing, then kind of all the pressure goes on Twists and kind of Brokey to kind of carry, because like Twist is always great for like opening and cleaning up the round. Brokey is kind of either hits or misses. It's really tough right now, but obviously he's in top 6 in the rating. And it's gonna be really, really tough. And if Rain isn't playing, then who is? And if it's Config, which most likely gonna be Config, if he's actually available, because it's Copenhagen and Denmark. Aren't really many players that that are available over there, unless Uncle Olaf returns to to a couple events. And yeah, for me it's still like 60-40, but depending on the stand-in, complexity gonna have like extra 5%. Mm, this should be a W for FaZe, but I'm not gonna be surprised if complexity gonna take this one. And for now, let's go with FaZe, right? FaZe supporter probably gonna pick FaZe. Liquid OG. Ugh. This is the probably the best bro I don't know, brawler fight, whatever, because there's gonna be a really, really puggy, I believe so. Yekenda had some time off. It's NA, so I doubt they had enough preparation. So most likely, they're not gonna be completely ready for the event, right? I'm not even sure that some players actually touched the game in past past week or so. Uh, on the other side, Dexter Flames. I was watching them play in Faced yesterday. And Flames is in good shape as always. Dexter, kind of trying hard, full focus, so he still has like 9 days to actually get even better. Nexa, always in good form, like a very good player. So for me, it's probably gonna be like OG 60-40. So now upper final, let's say OG against FaZe. What can we expect here? I would say in the current scenario, depending again on what standing they're gonna have and if they're gonna have standing, uh, there's gonna be like 50-50 game, but still, like I have to give a slight edge to OG, only because they're gonna stick with the same lineup, no changes, players are getting ready, and probably the time where they actually can do something good. Now the Liquid against Complexity and a lower final, and as I said, right here, right now, Liquid might be the team that's probably gonna go out last. I know it sounds kind of surreal, but it is what it is. We know that NA has a problem with the coming back from breaks, and they are very slow on their start again. So I'm not gonna be surprised to see Liquid finishing last, and then Complexity going to consolidation final, playing against FaZe one more time, and over here FaZe probably already gonna steamroll over them to go to the group final and face OG one more time. And in this type of scenario, again, it's gonna be exactly the same as the upper final, right? We probably gonna have a rematch once again, and most likely next gonna have a slight advantage in this one. So I believe that OG actually have a really good chance of winning Group B, right? So far, I believe in Astralis and OG. Mm, FaZe, I hope for the best, but I'm not gonna be delusional. Right now, G2 against Big. Oof. Okay, for G2, um, it's gonna be kind of tough. Um, Foxy, GigaChad, Energy, uh, probably gonna be enough to win the first game opening against BIG, and with BIG kind of finally having those players that they actually wanted in the lineup, um, maybe it's not the worst idea for them to actually, I don't know, try to go for some gamble picks, like probably trying to go with Anubis or something like that, and try to abuse G2's map pool. If they actually do that, they have a quite good chance to surprise. But if no, then it's gonna be floral for G2. And so far, I would say it's 65-35 for G2 to win the opening, especially with the way Monacy ended up the year. Nico was kind of decent, so the G2 is kind of huge favorite over here against BIG. Mm. Now is the funniest game of the event. Navi against NIP. First, um, which player do you think is gonna perform better, Hattrick or NPL? For me, it's kind of weird because uh, NPL he's probably gonna play a support position, uh, same that SDY was playing. On the other side, Hattrick is gonna be playing the carry position, and I believe he will have kind of a lot of freedom uh, for the first event. I doubt that Alexei is going to uh, kind of limit his options, and for this reason, Hattrick might be making a lot of mistakes, but also he might be finding a lot of entries, and he might be the X factor that's gonna give NIP the slight edge of going over Navi. But on the other side, mm, this is the event where Simple is kind of has to prove that he's still one of the best, because the last 6 months that he had were probably the worst 6 months in his career in terms of his individual performance. And now, from his streams, I'll be honest, I don't really see how Navi are planning to kind of win this type of events, because maybe he's not try harding, maybe he's just chilling on his streams, but yeah, his individual skill is kind of increasing with every single game that I see. So for NIP against Navi, right? Uh, on Navi side, they've played with the NPL for some time already. Obviously, since the previous event, they were practicing with him, so it gives them that extra time to prepare. But on the hat trick, he was just announced, but as we know that he's been practicing for some time already with NAP, and it doesn't really mean anything. But they had enough time to actually get prepared. And again, depending on the maps, that team's gonna play. Mm, this is 50-50 game, and because of that, this probably turns into okay, which rifles gonna be more stable. And in this scenario, some reason I have more faith in an IP than in Navi. Right? Yes, I don't like Navi in general, but in this case, it has nothing to do with that, right? I still think that NIP has a slight edge over Navi right now. Brolin, Rez, Hampus, this trio is really, really, really strong. And if Alexei doesn't really screw up, then should be a W for NIP. Now G2 NIP. This is the game where I have no doubts that G2 probably gonna slow roll against NIP again, and probably gonna be 2-0. Mm, Hat-trick gonna play against Monacy. Monacy gonna just gonna destroy him. If G2 actually are ready for the event, which I think they are. Big against Navi. Mm, for me, this looks like Big gonna be the last place here, and Navi gonna move into up to consolidation final to have a rematch with NAP. And in a rematch, uh, it's gonna be decided probably in all three maps, and all three maps most likely gonna be very close. So like 16-14, 16-13, maybe like OTs, and I'm gonna give slight edge to Navi only because of Blade, right? Blade will do some work. He will do some analysis of how the first game went. So they probably gonna avoid some mistakes, and yeah, and they're gonna adjust and they're gonna beat NIP in second game. Now, group final G2 against Navi. A great game to kind of end up like on the first event. And what can we expect? Probably Monacy destroying everyone, and Hoxie. If Hoxie isn't dead inside and he's ready to play, then it should be 2-1 for G2, and G2 finally should be able to beat Navi. So then we're probably gonna have the single elimination bracket, which again kind of screwed up because no teams are no teams are kind of getting knocked out. Everyone's still playing, just they're playing for seeding right now, which kind of weird and still doesn't make any sense. But I believe we'll have a separate fantasy for this. And actually, details. Yeah, that's interesting. We're gonna have the whole thing here again. It's not gonna be just groups. Okay, so we're gonna have these still. Okay, I believe the first place is going through straight away, and then the second and third gonna be playing for the second slot, single elimination. Okay, Group A third place was heroic for me. Group B fourth place was liquid, heroic liquid. Damn, probably heroic. Group C second place is an Navi. Oh my god, this is gonna be weird. So there isn't really a point to try and predict these ones. But if I have to kind of make a call for teams that go and qualify, Astralis, Vitality, most likely. FaZe should be alongside with OG and G2. And do I believe in Navi? I don't know. I don't really believe in Navi at this moment. I kind of have more faith in three teams from Group A qualifying. So yeah. With this said, let's let's jump and build my team. Right. I've been kind of messing around, and I got like a complete random team. But now let's try to build it up properly. All right. So with all this that I was saying, that I have a lot of faith uh in OG, which means I have to take Flames, and in Astralis, and I believe that device gonna be playing really really well. So these are my two players to go. For Flames, it's time to probably show what he's worth. And device, most likely, is going to be very stable. Um, Heroic, mm, they're going to be farming points against EG. So, and then they're probably going to lose like two next games, which probably going to take away all the points that they farmed, which isn't really a great idea. On the other side, G2 can take JKS, always great option. Twists is a go-to pick, and we have 177 left, which leaves us with a Kerrigan, Apex, Glaive. hmm I don't really believe in Glaive having really decent rating over here. However, on these four players, am I happy with these four players? Maybe. Is it possible to get Hooksy and Giga Chad Energy against big? Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Uh, Excellent. See, 188. Galaxy. Oi, oi, oi. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Um, what if I try to go this way? Res 191. Okay, still not working. Still not working. 208 for Hunter. Damn, bit too much. But I really wanna go for Flames and Device at the same time. And uh, this is very very tough to pick from these type of players. But Twist, he's been great, and I believe it's actually in time where he might be like the best player of the event in general. And let's just see the front overview. And most big players is Twist with almost 2k picks. 40% of the team. Oh, this is weird. hmm Actually, Simple is quite viable pick, and I don't remember when was the last time when we had such a affordable Simple. Mm. On the other side, we have Blame F, which is 225, and most likely he's gonna get insane ratings again. But anyway, mm, let's try to play without twists. JKS and Hunter maybe. 177. Still interesting. Do I want to go for Hunter? Oh, against big. Probably Monsi gonna smurf. Probably Nico gonna be very decent. JKS, what was he doing during this time of still, JKS is kind of one of the best options. OG, OG, OG. Neofrag and Fiku, both 185. Oof, 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 oof. I know. I kind of have faith in Fiku. And now we have 200k, which kind of excites me a little bit. Thanks. Is this a good option? Try and take Spinks when I already have device. Actually, I believe so, because it might be the time mm, where we're actually gonna see Vitality Astralis loser farming points on EG, and then probably beating Heroic, which means that either of them should have good points in the second game, even though in the first game, Spinks has a good chance to farm up some stats on players like Buzz and Zip and Glaive, and Device actually farming some points on other players. And yes, I have 7k left, but what am I gonna spend these 7k on? Let's say if we take Fico away, have 192k. Which player am I excited to kind of take in my lineup? Res? Okay. What if I'm gonna take Res? Like the first game against Navi, it's a gamble. Then it's a gamble, it's a gamble, and it's a gamble again. So Fico or Neofrag, that's the choice. Mm. And at this moment, I don't know. Just by looking at all the stats and everything, like entry stats, support rounds, like Pico is playing decent support, but all this is gonna be decided by Flames and Dexter. Mm, unless I wanna try to do it this way. Unless I wanna try to take Nexa. And what am I left with after this? Uh, again, Roland. Mm, interesting pick. But other than that, nothing. Nothing. Do I want any of Navi players? Hell no. So for me, the best option is to go this way. Nexa taken off, and probably Neofrag then. For that, let's go with Neofrag. Okay. And the headshot entry. Okay, let's go for entry. Multi-frag defender. Yes. Device. 100% this way. Thanks. Multi-frag. What if? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. IGL and Spinks? Not really. Probably multi-frag then. Is it gonna be good in that position? Multi-frag. Actually, let's try. Am I happy with this lineup? Not 100%, but it should be alright. Device, most likely going to be top of the scoreboard. Things, okay, JKS, let's try the display. Spinks, most likely going to get some assists. Neofrag, consistent, sure. Baited, obviously he's an entry player. Um, Clutch from Flames, maybe against Liquid, but trading most likely is going to be the way to go for him. So yeah, this is what I think. Well, the first video is kind of long, and yeah, happy New Year, and let's enjoy the season.